Good evening, all. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Wednesday, and we're now on the 4th of August, 2021, and the time 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Interesting day again. Day started off in a fascinating way where we were getting everything from the mortgage numbers, which we regularly get. Then we were getting set to get our ADP numbers, and those ADP jobs numbers came in very poor. The market was looking for about 660,000. I think they got 330,000 jobs. So is that telling us what the jobs data on Friday is going to be? They don't necessarily correlate, but not good news there. The market then went on, and we were looking at non-manufacturing PMIs. And then at 9 o'clock, Fed Vice Chair Clarita was speaking, I think it's the Peterson Institute, in front of them, and the bombs started coming out. He thinks the tapering will take place before the end of this year. He thinks the first interest rate hike will come late 2022, 2023, probably 2023. He questions the economic numbers. He's looking for improvements, blah, blah, blah. In other words, unlike the other part that we were hearing from Fed Chair Powell, he's starting to give us some timelines. Markets didn't like that. So you took the stock indices down hard. Gold, which was up $20 before he had spoke, gave that all back. Silver came down hard. Copper's been under pressure, so that didn't really happen. And you reversed the dollar, as you can see, from a low of 91.82, causing it to rally. In the bonds and notes, though, they didn't do very much. And I'll tell you, the VIX didn't break. So I'll talk about that in the financial update. When we look at the gold market, the 18-week moving average of closes is 1814.50. You're at 1810.80, so you're under it. The bias remains down, but the market's basically fighting day in and day out at that number. When you take a look at the rally today, early this morning when I was putting out my morning subscriber video I think I was recording it today at 5:40 in the morning. The metal was up, and I told in there, I said, you know, here we are with another one of these ups, but this market has a tendency not to hold on to them. I did not realize the market was going to do this on the day and have a big outside day down. No idea at all. But the idea there that it was going to fail is for a reason that we'll get to right now. We know that the market broke this downtrend line, and it hasn't begun a new trend. That's really the safest way to say it. I could argue that you got higher lows, but at the same time, I can argue that you got lower highs. So I think the market's looking for direction. What did it get up to again? Let me just show you this. Here is the market on the close of business Tuesday. I want you to study. This is the 200-day moving average that stopped the market last time. Market went right up to that number and came all the way back down. What supported the market? The combination of the 18-day average and the 200-day average. What else was the resistance point? Look at your Bollinger Band. So a lot of people don't believe me with it. People do what they want, but I'll stick with what I teach and what I create courses on. If you understand the concept there, it made total sense, and that is why I was saying, we've been up here, done that, and it doesn't seem to hold. Well, that's what happened again. Momentum flat. So I think you have a market that is still caught in the middle of these Bollinger Bands. It really hasn't broken out one way or the other. In the gold-silver ratio, the market is still trading over tonight the 18-day average of closes, so that means that the silver is losing a bit to the gold in terms of that momentum. But the silver chart looks a lot better than gold. Let me show you what I mean. You've got higher lows, higher highs. Now let's go back coming in. Yesterday I said if the market can clear these areas, then I think we've got 3 areas of resistance. Go back to yesterday's video. The first 200-day average, next the 100, and then the upper Bollinger Band. You weren't in an uptrend as of yesterday. That arrow's because today you did this. You went right up to that number, and you came right back, take a look here, to the 18-day average. I mean, it was pretty amazing what it did. What's the trend now? The trend is up. It's got higher lows, higher highs. The bias is down for a moment, but to get the bias up, all you got to do is trade up 8 cents from here over 25.49, and you turn that bias back to the upside. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see if the market does anything. You break the back of this market back, if you will, if you get under 25.27. In the copper market, I consider this just a normal long-term break. You haven't taken out anything down here. This is that pressure you're getting because of China. China consumes 50% of the world's copper. The market's focused on consumption. They're not paying that much attention to the potential for the strikes that can be happening in Chile right now. When the market switches that, you'll see the market eventually find support. Now, it's been fighting in this area. It let go yesterday, and it's following through a bit tonight. So we'll see what happens. On the way up, resistance are those two moving averages. The trend is down, the bias is down, the momentum is down. You're not looking for a bottom. You're looking still that if the market goes into a full washout, the 416.5 level. There's nothing to get bullish on about this chart. The platinum market, reaching down again for the lower Bollinger Band. The market is in what condition? Well, you can't count tonight's action. You've got both numbers under 20 as of the close of business on Wednesday. Let's get right here. Then Tuesday, you had them both under 20, not under 20 on Monday. You need that to happen today, then you can embed. We'll wait and see if that happens. And in the palladium market, you can see how you came to life in this market, getting a rally up to 2 days ago, the 18-day average, and backing off. Again, this was a rally in a market that was in what I call, this is an uptrend with the bias down. It's a corrective rally in an overall downtrend market. In the dollar index, need I repeat? Look at how the market's holding the lower Bollinger Band. What I teach is in that enhanced Bollinger Band course, but I teach parts of it and these things in my regular charting course, and I'll show you that in a second here. When you get to Ethereum, you have an embedded reading in the making, right? So we don't count Thursday night, but both numbers are over 80. They're not Tuesday, so you need, and I said in the making, you could have your second day where you're up on this. We'll see if that develops or not. So when I look at it, what I teach is pretty simple. Well, let me explain. If you have to do 50 different things on a chart, I've never seen anybody that's successful from it. I get people that write me all day long. The pros are doing this. Here's this indicator doing that. It's too much for me. It may not be for you. Maybe that's how you want to trade. I look at swing lines to determine trend, moving averages to filter the swing line, momentum in a slow stochastic to tell me what's going on. I realize the market won't always hit a Bollinger Band, but will hit, in the process, a window envelope. So I'm looking at profit objectives via window envelopes and Bollinger Bands, the momentum, the trend, and the filters. I teach it in 54 videos. 8 hours of them. The course is inexpensive, $249.95. You get it right on our website. And if you're not getting my full research packages, we even throw that in while you're taking the course. What else? You get the charting software. So the charting software is going to contain all the data I show in the chart. So you do your chart the same way I'm doing mine, and then together I review with you in the morning what is going on. You can write questions of me. If you have questions as to, gee, Ira, I don't understand this, I'll be happy to answer them either by writing you back or calling you. So we do that. How do you get the course? Go to the website under the word education. You can always call my staff. They'll answer any questions you have. I'm Ira Epstein. It's going to be a wild rest of the week. Be ready for it. Take care.